What's going on, guys? So we are here with our week 2 team builder. Just to let you know, I am recording this on Tuesday. Normally, like last week, I recorded mine, I think, on Saturday or Sunday, but I was very, very busy this weekend. So I just got around to building this. As you guys saw, I had a pretty devastating loss to Greg in week 1 just because of a couple of really big misplays that I have definitely taken the time to learn from. So with that being said, I'm going to run through the team builder. Today we are we are facing a gentleman by the name of Tops Bryce. Going back to his match results from week 1, he actually won his match week 1. He won 2-0 against Dylan, another gentleman in our league. So I think I've done a pretty good job of team building this episode. I thought I did a pretty good job week 1 too, but we're going to see. With that being said, though, our match is tomorrow, so I do have a little bit more time to kind of refine the team and get it working as well as I want it to. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to run over first off his team real quick. This time I'm going to do an entire team builder instead of just what I think he's going to bring, because I think that also bit me in the ass. Pardon my language, for week 1 was that I really prepared for what I thought he was going to bring and not for everything. And I didn't even really look at most of his Pokemon. So, with that being said, as we go down the list here, his OU picks were Sylveon, Ferrothorn, and Zygarde. His Mega he's running the Mega Absol, and I have not team built his team at all. I think that was another issue that I had. I think I need to prepare for the Pokemon types and not necessarily the moves, and I prepared a lot for the moves with last week. With that being said, though, his Mega is Mega Absol. That was an OU pick for him, and then he's also running Tentacruel and Mienshao. And then his RU picks were Typhlosion, Electros, Aerodactyl, and then his NU, PU, etc. picks were Malamar, Regirock, and Sceptile. With that being said, I am going to say what I think he's going to bring, but I have prepared pretty well around for everything. I'm pretty sure he's bringing the Sylveon, Ferrothorn, Zygarde, just because OU picks typically do get brought to a team match, because they are OU for a reason. I'm fairly certain that he's going to bring the Absol, but it also wouldn't surprise me if he didn't, because I have a lot of counters for it on my team. I feel like Tentacruel's going to come in just as a rapid spinner. I don't have a lot of stuff that sets up hazards, but I do have a few things, even though they are lower tier. It is possible that I could bring them. I don't think he's going to bring the Mienfoo, just because I really only have one Pokemon that's not going to like it. We have the Typhlosion. I don't think he's really going to bring the Typhlosion, because just the possibility of Flash Fire Arcanine. He might end up bringing Electros just because of the fact that it's a reliable switch for him. He could pick it, he could bring it, I don't know. It's really kind of up in the air as far as if he brings the Electros, because it doesn't do a lot of work against my team, but it does a little bit of work against my team. Let me see what else he could end up bringing. He could end up bringing the Malamar. I don't think he's going to bring the Aerodactyl just because I've got Volt Switchers out the wazoo. I know that it does say a draft week 1 against Greg. I had thought I had imported my team. Apparently, I imported it and never saved it, so we're going to go week 2. We'll just go ahead and import this. Import it. Validate it for OU. And there we go. So we do have a new team validated in this format. So that's what I really think he's going to bring. I'm pretty sure he's bringing Sylveon, Ferrothorn, Zygarde, Tentacruel, Electros, Malamar, and Absol are all the possibilities. There's no way he's bringing Regirock. There's no way he's bringing Sceptile, just because I have so many counters for those. Now, with that being said, I went ahead. I've rebuilt our team from scratch. I did make a couple of trades. So I did swap out Magnezone for Alakazam, and then I did trade out Espeon for Kingdra, because I don't need 2 Psychic types on my team. Alakazam puts in work more than Espeon does. I wanted something I felt was fairly powerful, so I went ahead and swapped out for Kingdra. I do understand that he is probably bringing the Sylveon, which means that Kingdra cannot come onto the field until Sylveon is gone, but with that being said, I should probably just start from the top. That's what I'm thinking. Uh, so we are starting off today with let's go ahead and do this. We have Bun Bun, the Megalopony, almost the same build that I brought last week, uh, with the exception of a couple of things. So obviously I don't have any choice with the item or with the ability. We're still running Fake Out. We're still running Return. We're still running Drain Punch. I did throw Ice Punch on it. I don't remember if I had Ice Punch on it last week. I can actually check that relatively easily. Uh, I did have Ice Punch on it last week. So I'm running Ice Punch on it. With that being said, though, we are running 252 attack. I dropped it down to 216 speed because the fastest Pokemon on his team is the... I remember this. Wow, maybe I don't remember this. It might be the Malamar. The Malamar might be the fastest Pokemon on his team. There's one Pokemon on his team that is the fastest. Oh no, it's Aerodactyl. That's what it is. It is Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl at max speed maxes out at 359. So I have made it my Megalopony 360. I realize, yes, that also assumes that Aerodactyl is not speed invested, or rather speedy nature. I don't think he will be. That also assumes that it's not going to be a Choice Scarf Aerodactyl, at which point this is not outspeeding it anyways. Choice Scarf is 1.3 times, something like that, speed. I can't risk that. So, assuming that he went ahead and did like positive attack nature or something like that, I'm still outspeeding the fastest thing on his team, and I'm outspeeding everything else as long as it's not Choice Scarf. So, if it's Choice Scarf, there's nothing I can do about that anyways. I'll just have to do what I can. But we'll go from there. And then we're running 40 defense. I'm running 40 defense because a lot of his team are physical attackers. Megalopony needs to be able to take a hit. I've thought about removing down the attack. I did run brief damage calcs, not horribly advanced like I did last week, because I also think that really kind of screwed me up for last week. So I ran a couple of brief damage calcs, and with Megalopony's attack as it is right now, most of the time it is doing at max like 100 or at minimum like 101% damage to the opposing Pokemon, depending on what it is, so on and so forth. Like I said, I'm not running real deep into this, so removing any attack stat or any attack from it is going to bump it down to where there's a possibility it may not one-hit KO, and I don't really want to be like the Fake Out Return or Fake Out Ice Punch sort of person. Next up, we have There Is No Spoon. Definitely, I love the Matrix movies. That's where I got that. There Is No Spoon, the Alakazam. We are running Focus Sash Alakazam with Magic Guard. I thought about running Synchronize, but looking at his team, there's honestly not a whole lot that does statuses to me. Tentacruel has a possibility to burn, Typhlosion has a possibility to burn, Electros has a possibility to paralyze. Other than that, there's not really anything that runs statuses specifically. He could obviously run Toxic on a number of things, but I'm not too concerned about that. So Synchronize wouldn't be the best option for me, and then obviously his other one is Inner Focus, and he's not going to run a lot of Fake Out users. I think Mian Xiao's the only one that learns it, and if it gets to that point, I switch in Lopunny. Lopunny takes a Fake Out, and then I just dish one right back out at him. We are running Psyshock. We are running a Psyshock Alakazam just because of the fact that going through his Pokemon, he has a lot of specially defensive Pokemon, but not very many physically defensive Pokemon. And so running the Psyshock on there means that I'm going to hit those physical defense or those specially defensive Pokemon extra hard. And then we're running Dazzling Gleam, just because of the possibility of not being able to take out Zygarde. Like, if for whatever reason Megalopony comes or goes down and I don't have that Ice Punch anymore, I now have Alakazam that can hopefully one-hit KO the Zygarde. I wasn't doing a lot of damage calcs before this. I'll probably run some more tonight going into tomorrow morning. We're running the Protect just so I can scout out moves, because it's one of the biggest things that you can do in Pokemon is just to find out what your opponent is running with. So we're running the Protect, and then we're running the Recover in the hopes that If for whatever reason I do manage to get in a point where I can kind of stall, I feel like that was a big reason why I lost last week, is that I did not have many recovery moves, and I also choiced my Arcanine into Morning Sun. Looking back on it, that was a stupid mistake. So I am running the recover on him. We are running 252 special attack, 252 speed, so he's going to outspeed everything but a max speed Aerodactyl, which Aerodactyl can't do a ton to Alakazam, and vice versa, I can't do a ton to Aerodactyl. Psyshock will still hurt, because Aerodactyl is, if I remember right, is not too particularly bulky, but at the same time, we would stall each other out at that point. And then we're running 4 special defense, minus attack. We're modest minus attack. So yeah, that's our Alakazam. Next, we're bringing back Thor. Thor would have been able to put so much work in last week and almost got kills if not for the fact that there was just a little bit that I wasn't able to do with him. So we are pretty much going with the same setup this week. We are going leftovers, Volt Absorb Thor, just because if for whatever reason he tries to go out in Electros, he does bring it, and he tries to just Volt Switch out. Maybe he's choiced into it or banded into a Volt Switch. He's not doing it. He's not getting out. He's going to have to do a hard switch. Not only that, but he's going to help me. So it's healing. We are running Volt Switch myself because he only has 1 immunity to it on his entire team, and that's Zygarde. And hopefully before Thor gets to the field, Zygarde would be in a position where he would not want to come in, or he would just be fainted. Then we're running Thunder Wave, just in the hopes of slowing stuff down. Like I said, the only immunity that he has to Thunder Wave is he has 2 immunities to Thunder Wave. He has Electros and he has Zygarde. But everything else is not going to want to get that Thunder Wave off. It's going to hurt. It's going to be very debilitating. It's going to make my opponent rethink his plays if I can get something paralyzed. We're running Sludge Wave, primarily for the Sylveon, because I have to have something that hits that Sylveon. Sludge Wave, just looking at the base power of it, it's 95 base power, 100% accuracy, a 10% chance to poison. If I could get the poison off on him, great. If not, 95 power for special attack is pretty good. And then we're running the Nasty Plot, and I really hope that I can set up with Thundurus this week and actually get a kill or 2 with him with the Nasty Plot, because doing a lot of testing with him, he sweeps teams if I can get a Nasty Plot up. We are running, pretty sure it's the same that we did last week, 252 special attack, 252 speed, 4 special defense, and then why did I throw it in minus defense instead of minus attack? I don't know. It's not a huge thing. Yeah, it's not a huge thing why I did that. I might have just mispressed something. But we are running Timid. That is our Thor. Next, we are running Flash. Now, the problem was that I honestly don't remember what I nicknamed Arcanine last week, so that's why I came up with Flash. I'm pretty sure it's the same setup that we had, or very similar to what we had last week. Life Orb, Intimidate. We are running Extreme Speed on him, once again, just because of the priority. Flare Blitz, because of the Ferrothorn, because that Ferrothorn will go down to a Flare Blitz. It will not survive. Morning Sun, this can actually put in a lot more work this week than it did last week, because I'm not choiced into it anymore. So I can still get that healing off just off of the Flare Blitz or the Life Orb damage. And then we're running Will-O-Wisp. And we're running Will-O-Wisp because, like I said, a lot of my opponent's Pokemon are physically offensive. So we're going to run the Will-O-Wisp with the Intimidate. It's going to hurt. They're not going to be able to do anything. And I could actually let Arcanine stall out for a little bit if I absolutely needed to, just to let that burn damage take its effect. As far as the EVs and IVs go, we are running 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 special defense, just because maybe it'll make the difference that 1 extra point between a Scald, 1-hit KOing, and leaving me with an HP. It could not, I don't know. But the fact of the matter was, it was either put it in special defense or put it in HP. I might as well put it in special defense, it's a little more useful to me there. And then we are running the Adamant Flash the Arcanine. Next we have Queendra, our Kingdra. I actually saw this nickname in a forum and I really liked it, so that's why. Everybody else is random as to whether they're male or female. This is very specifically female because of that nickname. Um, so we are running Scope Lens, Sniper, Kingdra. I've done the math on this. I did it at one point, and you set up with a Scope Lens, with Sniper, with a Focus Energy. Kingdra does something along the lines of like 97% chance to crit. That's why I'm using this Kingdra. This Kingdra is going to do a lot of work for me if I can get it set up. Now, if I can get it set up, that's the big thing here. As far as the attacks, we are running Focus Energy, Draco Meteor, Waterfall, and Scald. We're running the Scald, even though I doubt that I'm going to use it. It doesn't hurt to have it on there. It could end up being a little bit of power. It could end up not being anything at all. It's just an extra move. Draco Meteor, just because of the power, I mean, that's 130 base power. And yeah, it's a 90 accuracy move, and it lowers my special attack by 2. But here's the thing. The way crits are generated in Generation 6, or the way that they're calculated, I guess that's a better word, is that it ignores stat losses. So, I could be at -6 special attack, get a crit, and it's just like I was at normal attack, or special attack, or whatever. So that's why I'm running that on this. This isn't really meant to cover anybody in particular, because looking at his team, there's not a whole lot that are going to go down to this. Absol's not going to appreciate Mega Kingdra, but mostly because he can't really do anything about about Kingdra. Same with Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn can't really do anything, but both Sylveon and Zygarde can hit this thing pretty hard. Mienshao probably can. I'm pretty sure Mienshao gets Thunder Punch. Typhlosion can't hit it. Electros will hit it for neutral. Aerodactyl can't hit it. So it doesn't really put a lot of work into the team, but it also can't, like, there's not a lot on my opponent's team that hurts. And I really feel like crits are going to be very important in this match. They were very important in the last match. They were important in a lot of the matches I've done. And so that's why I'm running him as the hopefully crit machine Kingdra. And finally, making his first appearance this season, granted it's only week 2, is we have Slurp the Muck. We are running Assault Vest on him with Poison Touch. Originally, I was going to run Sticky Hold, just because I don't want to lose that Assault Vest, but once I read what Poison Touch does, this is just ridiculous. I don't know if Poison Touch stacks with other percentages. I should probably actually Google that. Poison Touch. Let's see, does Poison Touch stack? In battle... applies independently of any moves that also have a chance to poison their target. So, I go for, we'll say, a Poison Jab. Poison Jab has a 30% chance to poison the target. The target could get poisoned. It's a 3 out of 10. 3 times out of 10, it will get poisoned by Poison Touch, and if it doesn't, another 3 times out of 10, it gets poisoned by Poison Jab. That is not 60%, it is something different, but the fact of the matter is that I'm getting very close to a coin flip at that point as to whether or not my opponent gets poisoned, and that's going to be clutch. Granted, Muck is very, very slow, so he's going to kind of be towards the maybe a late game, or when I know my opponent has to switch. But we'll see what we can do with him. We are also running Shadow Sneak, just because of the priority. Even though my opponent does not have a whole lot that's going to go down to a Shadow Sneak, it might get to a point where it's, my opponent has 4% HP, and a Shadow Sneak will go ahead and kill, and if I don't, then they're going to go ahead and get a chance to heal. That's why I'm running it on him. It's one more bit of priority for my team. Then we're running Fire Punch and Ice Punch. We're running Fire Punch for the Ferrothorn. We are running Fire Punch for the Sceptile, even though it's pretty unlikely that he's going to bring it. We're running Ice Punch for the Zygarde. We're running Ice Punch for the Aerodactyl, for the Regirock, and for the Sceptile. So, assuming that my opponent ends up bringing some of them, I've prepared. But it's also a move that does a lot of work in higher tiers. Even though that Muck is one of my lower tier Pokemon, I feel like he can put in a lot of work. Excuse me. You can put in a lot of work in this particular battle. As far as EVs and IVs go, went ahead and I buffed up his physical attack and his physical defense, 252 in each. And we've stuck 4 in his special defense. My opponent does not have a psychic type on his team except for Malamar. Malamar is the only psychic type on his team. And while I expect him to bring it, I also expect Malamar to be dead before I bring out Muck. So, if I bring out Muck while Malamar's still around, it's either I'm planning something that I won't know about until tomorrow when I actually have my match, or bad things have happened. So, that's why I threw it in special defense, just help him take scalds, etc. We are running Impish on him, so he's minus defense, or minus special attack plus defense. But that is essentially our team. We face off tomorrow at... Excuse me, one more time. I'm sorry, I did not sleep very well last night. Gonna get a good night's rest tonight before the match tomorrow. But that is our team. We will be taking place, or our match will be taking place at 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. That's 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Feel free to stop by. I'll probably be uploading this battle on Friday. I believe that's when I uploaded the battle last week. I believe I uploaded the team builder on Thursday and I uploaded the battle on Friday. I will try to remember because I have a lot of stuff going on this week. I do work Thursday, so it'll probably be Thursday afternoon or evening when I actually upload it. And Friday I am off for the most part. I do have work early in the afternoon, but it's only a couple hours worth of work. I will also probably be playing a whole lot of Fire Emblem Fates because that does release on Friday. But yeah, that's where our team is at. This is our Week 2 team against Topsprice. I'm feeling confident, but I don't feel as confident as I did Week 1. And going back to my team builder, I'm pretty sure you'll see I was actually really nervous because Greg had an incredible team. I feel a little bit better suited to face off against Tops in this particular match. I don't know, he could end up 6-0ing me as well, at which point I might want to reevaluate how I'm building my teams. But I'm feeling really good about this match. We'll see where we go from here. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to head out of here. I got stuff to do tonight. I got to practice with this team a little bit. And I got to prepare. I got to prepare for tomorrow because we are less than 24 hours away. We're like 23 hours away because I'm recording this at about 4:50 in the afternoon on Tuesday. So we got less than 24 hours to prepare. All I have to say is, you guys know me. I'm going to talk trash. It's going to be a respectful trash, but I'm going to talk trash. Tops, you're going down. You're going down, man. You can prepare all you want. I'm winning this match. Okay? I am winning this match. I'm taking you down. Slurp, Queendra, Flash, Thor, There Is No Spoon, and Bun Bun are going to demolish your team. With that being said, I'm going to head out of here, guys. I will catch you all later. Tommy out.